Hey guys, it's Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, and today we're going to talk about bees and beekeeping and how to get started. The first thing you're going to need to know or acquire is some equipment. It's important that you have a bee suit, some gloves, a hive tool, and a beehive. And this is just for your own safety. It's also important that you do some reading. So before you start beekeeping, you're going to need equipment. It's going to cost some money. Beekeeping hive kits are sold all over the internet. Just do some research. There are dozens of companies. And I would suggest getting a beginner kit, which comes with a book, a smoker, gloves, a mask, everything. For about $200, you can get a beginner kit, maybe even less. And then you're ready to begin. So the kit will give you everything you need to get started with beekeeping. Now you need to pick the perfect location for your beehive before you get your bees. Now, you can keep beehives just about anywhere in the world. In the countryside, in the city, in the corner of a garden, by the back door in a field, on a terrace, even on a rooftop. You don't need a great deal of space or flowers on the property. Bees happily travel for miles to forage what they need. You do need some water nearby. These girls are amazingly adaptable, but you get optimum results and more rewarding honey harvest if you follow some basic guidelines. And those are to put your hives facing southeast so that in the summer or in the winter, when the sun rises, it heats the hive immediately from the front. You also want to have a wind block, a hedge of some kind to prevent the prevailing winds from continuously blowing on your hives. And then you're going to need some summer protection from direct sunlight. And so you're going to need to put it under a tree so that when the sun is directly overhead midday in the summer, it does not heat the hive tremendously because the bees will spend all the time cooling the hive and almost no time making honey. You want good drainage and easy access. And you always want to approach a hive from the side or the rear, never the front. So those are some basic principles to get you started. But buy a book. And then the final stage is you need to buy bees. And you need to order them now in the next few weeks or they'll all be sold out if you want to get started this year. You can find local beekeeping clubs, or if you're by a local store that sells bee equipment, they may have nukes as well. But the easiest way to get started is to buy a bee package, which you order now in the winter, and then you go pick up or get them shipped directly to your house through the mail. These packages are around $150 typically or less. We can see here they're $170 from Lap's Bee Supply. These are nukes. Or you can also get nukes, which are nuclear colonies, an entire colony of bees that have already been established, and those cost a little bit more. But if you get a bee package, usually you get 3 to 5 pounds of bees and a queen in there with a can of honey, and you just dump it into your new hive. And we have videos on that on the channel. And there are even companies that will ship bees directly to you. They ship from coast to coast at Mountain Sweet Honey, and the bees will come in the mail. Now, we get our bees from Rocky Mountain Bee Supply, and it's worth the drive. It's a 5-hour drive up through the mountains. So we usually do something up there and then pick up the bees and come back. It's just a little less stress on the bees. That way we can have them not in a mail truck, but in our own car, and we can spray them down and we can drive as carefully as we want. So it's up to you how you get started. Bee packages, you can get them shipped to you. Here's another source. I'll link you to all this below. But you need to get started. Start by reading about bees. Acquire the necessary equipment. You need a beginner kit that has face protection, gloves, a smoker, a hive tool, a beginner book, and a complete hive, which has a top cover, a hive body or a super, and a bottom board, preferably screened. There's all types of hive kits. So check it out now and get started and start raising bees. Proper prior planning prevents, well, piss poor performance. And honey is sweet, stores forever, and bees are awesome. Be safe. Subscribe to the channel, share this with like-minded people, and get your packages now so you can raise bees this summer.